On the western edge of the Himalayas, where trails wind through pine forests and rocky mountains, there is a young man named Tom, a Westerner lost in the land of Buddha. No one knows where he comes from, only that Tom wanders around, living on dry bread and spring water, searching for something he doesn't even know the name of. Tom used to be a successful man. He had a good job, many friends, a full life, but deep inside, he always felt empty. He once told an old friend, "I have everything, except peace." And so, he left everything behind. The city, the money, even the familiar relationships. Tom embarked on a journey to find the meaning of life. One day, Tom stopped at a small village called Sujata, nestled at the foot of the mountains. The people here lived simply, growing rice, herding cows, chanting prayers early in the morning and late at night. Tom was invited by an old woman named Amma to stay temporarily in a thatched hut in the forest. Amma did not ask where he came from, but only cooked rice, made tea, and told Buddhist stories on full moon nights. One evening, while sitting by the fire, Tom asked her, "What do you think makes people truly happy?" Amma looked into his eyes, then pointed to the clay pot beside him. When this pot does not leak, it holds water. When a person's mind is not disturbed by greed, anger, or delusion, then one will naturally feel content. Tom smiled slightly. It sounds simple, but how can one practice it? Early one morning, Tom went deep into the bamboo forest to find some peace. There, he unexpectedly met an old man, wearing a yellow-brown robe, meditating under an old Bodhi tree. His eyes seemed to contain the entire blue sky, calm, deep, and full of compassion. Tom greeted him in confusion. "Hello, sir. Are you a Zen master?" The man opened his eyes and smiled. "I am just a person who has stopped." Tom frowned. Stopped? Stopped chasing after illusions. Stopped to see reality. Tom was curious. It seemed that this person was unlike anyone he had ever met. A strange intuition made him sit down next to him. Tom talked to the man for hours. He told him about his worries, the feeling of meaninglessness, the sleepless nights in the city, the loneliness even when there was someone beside him. The man listened without judging. Then he gently asked, "Have you ever looked at the clear surface of water?" Tom nodded. "When the water is still, you can see the bottom. The human mind is the same." Tom was stunned. He continued, "Try doing nothing. Just sit. Observe. Don't interfere. Your mind will reflect itself." It was a simple truth, but for the first time in his life, Tom was silent before it. Tom began to practice as the man had said, sitting under the tree every morning. No phone, no idle thoughts. At first it was frustrating. What to do? When will it end? Why is this so annoying? But after a week, he began to notice a strange change. The sound of the bamboo forest, the sound of falling leaves, the chirping of birds. Everything became clear and strangely beautiful, no longer confused by thoughts. Tom began to feel lighter. He no longer needed a reason to smile. One morning, he turned to the man and asked, "Who are you really?" The man replied, "I am nobody, and neither am I." Tom woke up one day, and the man had left. Under the tree, there was only a piece of Bodhi leaf and a line written in charcoal. The truth is not to be understood. It is to be lived. Tom picked up the leaf and was silent for a long time. He was no longer sad about that departure. He knew that what he needed to find had come, not through knowledge, but through inner experience. He understood. Peace does not lie somewhere outside, but in a deep acceptance of the present as it is. Tom was no longer a wanderer. He decided to stay in the village of Sujata, helping Amma cook rice, teaching children to read and write, and chanting with the people. But unlike before, he did not do it to find value, but because that moment was enough. On moonlit nights, Tom would sit under the Bodhi tree, holding old dry leaves in his hand, smiling. In the end, what I was looking for was not the answer, but the cessation. And from then on, everything suddenly became clear. Simple truth is a light for the lost. Tom's story is not noisy, not mysterious. It is simply the story of a man who ran after everything outside himself and finally realized the greatest truth is the simplest truth. When the mind is still, the truth reveals itself. When the mind stops, the path begins.